afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys, and I just wish to say, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your wonderful messages that I had concerning the red and black wreath behind me that we did yesterday. I was really overwhelmed by all your wonderful comments. Keep them coming. Right, today I've got a customer order. Now, the lady who has requested this wants white, silver and ice blue. So she does want a garland as well, but I won't be doing the garland, unfortunately, on a video, with it being quite a big garland, bigger than the usual size. So it would take me a while to get the garland done. So I'm going to do the wreath on the video. I've asked the lady for the permission and she said that is fine. So she's chosen this grapevine wreath. I told her it's they are quite tight, so they do seem to I can occasionally have to force the stems in, because with it being so tightly wrapped, and she likes all the wispy bits on them, or the little twigs that are fraying and have curled. She does like that, so she wants this one. So the lady has chosen what she would like as well. Let me just get that off, and I'm going to just take the tag off. It is a 40 centimeter grapevine wreath, which is a 16-inch, and so that's what we're going to use. Now, these are what the lady has chosen. She's chosen ivy, so I've got some long pieces to hang, and also maybe some for filler foliage. She's chosen these. She loves thistles, so she's noticed the white thistles, and so we're going to put some of them in. I have put 9 on picks to place around the outside of the wreath, and she definitely made sure that I would incorporate our mountain pine. She absolutely adores it. Her words were, please don't put me anything small pines in. I like the long ones, and please put them in. So I'm gonna do what she asked for, bless her. So, and also I've got out the smaller ones as well to maybe place on top. She just wants a lot of like spikiness and piney effect with a lots of pine. So I've also got out cut off another bunch and sprayed some of our smaller pine needles to incorporate around as well. And she loves the conifer as well. So she thinks it's so natural looking. She thinks it will look fabulous. So we're going to try and incorporate all of these elements that she's asking for into the wreath. There is lots. Oh gosh. I've got out the cedar and the silver glitter, more glitter. She's not a fan of glitter, but with it going outside, she doesn't mind. So we've got those. Now I have got the silver pine needles, what are glittered as well. She didn't ask for these, but I've just got these out in case we need these instead. And she definitely wants these. She couldn't make her mind up whether silver or white. And then I asked, we had a chat about it, and she came to the conclusion, white. So we've got our ginkgo leaves, and we're going to place some of those in. We've also got out some of our silver metallic fern that we're going to place. There is lots. There is lots. She just wants some white leaves as well, so she's chosen the white ficus. And now we go on to the ice blue. If I can just get everything up here. Now, she says she'll leave it with me what ice blue ones I want. but she's chosen a few and is leaving it with me. So we've got some ice blue glittered berries. Again, I leave them in the pack because I don't want the glitter to get everywhere. We've got some ice blue bamboo stems. Also, she likes the shape of those. We've also got the ice blue bay leaves in glitter. These are all glitter. And then we've got these, what we used yesterday in the red, but we've got them in ice blue as well. I don't even know what they're called. It doesn't really say. It just gives you where they're from and the manufacturer's number and the batch number. But they're like a cluster of foliage with little berries with them as well in glitter. There's a lot in there. Now, I've got some magnolia in ice blue. I have opened one up. They do only come on small picks. And there's one of the ice blue with velvet that she'd like. And also we have two of the furry white magnolias as well. She prefers magnolias than poinsettias. So that's what we've got. So there's a lot here. Again, I won't be putting everything I've got in here, you know, all the stems in the wreath. So we'll be taking bits out and adding those in. So I'm going to bring the camera down as I do. And we're going to get started, guys. So let's see how beautiful this ice blue and white and silver turns out. So give me one moment. So let's bring the camera down. Bring it forward, I think, to something like that. It made some of the leaves, with it being so big, mind you, if I come back a bit with the camera, you may get them all on. Because it is really going to be probably big. She wants it big. So my apologies for the camera being further away. She's like me. She likes it big. So here we go. So first of all, I'm going to put in the long pine needles. Now, I don't know how many I'm going to place in. I may only just place 3, but I've got 5 out. She didn't request a number of anything. She just, you know, stated what she likes. So we're going to, and she only wants a crescent. So we're going to do that for the lady. So again, these are quite tough. I say tough, that one went in quite easily. But she just adores these long pine needles. We may place 5 in, to be quite honest. Bring that one out. Again, it's going to be an exceptionally long or big wreath. We'll just bend it a little bit. So that is our 5 pine needles in. Again, it's going to be really big. So I've got a fresh bunch, but some of the other, what I had left over of the conifer as well. So let's just cut those off. I think there's some on single picks as well, so we'll probably add those in. I won't charge the lady for the single picks because, you know, they are oddments of mine, what I was doing. So she doesn't want a bow either. She's not really bothered about bows, which again, some people, you know, prefer not to have a bow. The reason for not wanting a bow is because with it being outside, she doesn't want it to get wet, the bow. So let's see where to open these. I'm just going to cut them all down. And she wants very similar, she wants the garland to, oops, I've got two there. The garland to match the wreath. And I think, if I'm correct, the garland was 8 foot, I think. So it's quite a big garland. She's not into the deco mesh. She doesn't really want that. So that's the, I'll save the rest of the conifer in case we need to use it. So it's going to be very, very big. Now she wants some hanging ivy. So I've cut some off of a garland. All different pieces. So we're going to bring one coming down here. I'm putting quite a bit of glue on because with it going to be winter, it's going to be quite, well, we get lots of rain and wind. So the ladies, I want to make sure it's going to be secure for the lady. See, I did have another piece that was quite long. I don't know what I've done with it. Bring that. I did make the lady a garland last year, but to go in a home in pinks, and she absolutely adores it. So we're just going to mix in And I'm going to bring some coming in towards the center as well. In here. Oh, I nearly burnt myself. So we'll bring that in there. And I think I'm going to place 2 pieces here. If I can get it in. And I'll do one at the opposite end as well. Again, if I can get it in. Let's just get that glue string. Somebody did ask me, I think it was my lovely friend Sandra, concerning the glitter outside, if the weather was bad, you know, how to protect it. Once I've let's have a look. There's a piece that's just come off. When I place it outside, I will spray with the obviously the UV protection, but then I will also, once that's dry and I've treated it with UV protection about twice, then I will wait for it to dry. After it's dried, I then spray the glittered pieces with hairspray, which will hold in the glitter and will stop it from dropping. There may be the odd bit that will still drop, but you know, I do spray it with hairspray just to protect it from getting, you know, the glitter falling off in the bad weather. So now I'm going to add in some of our cedar. I've cut these down off a bunch already. Not a bunch, sorry, out the pack. There was quite long stems. Oh, I haven't done that one. There was longer stems, and I thought we need, you know, we do need them shorter because I don't want them coming out too much. So we've got some of those. I'll place one again coming in towards the center. As well. Let's just give them a little bit of movement. Something's just Oops. I thought somebody was feeling my leg then, guys. It's one of my ribbons just moving. Oh, that put the jeepers up me. Right. Let's have a look. I think they could go near the top. We'll place some of these around the side. Don't they look pretty? Now I'm going to bend these stems over because they are thin. And then obviously give them that little bit of movement. There is a front and a back because you can see the vein through the centre of the leaf on the back, but you can't see it on the front. And I'm not going to place too many of these in because we've got lots of other ice blue. I think I'll place one more in. I don't want to like place it one there. If I did a ice blue in the centre, it would be either side. But I've got the bay leaves for that. Let's just bend it like so. I want to place in some ficus as well. So add that little bit of white. I can get the band off. Just so I need to see, it's probably around there. Do I need it with two? I think the three could go here somewhere or just underneath. I don't want the ivy to take, you know, to be in full view, but I don't want these just sitting on top. On me, just incorporate them like so. Excuse me. Right, if I just place in, let's just grab the magnolia. I think what I wanted to do with these was place one here and maybe one goes there and the other one here, and then another two, one on the end here and one on the end here in the blue. So just open them up. Aren't they pretty colour? And then place one around the end here. We'll just space it out a little bit. So then we've got 5 magnolias. I should have opened them all really. Gosh, that's quite thick. I don't know. Oh, it's got 2 together. And then one, I don't know if you can see, and then one around the end here. So that, I'm going to stand up. So that's where I'd like to place those. So I'm going to get those in first. See you later. So we'll get in the magnolia and work his way round. I can get it in. I'm going to cut this down. I don't want this as long. If I can. They're quite long, tough. There we go. I push it a little bit. And then we'll do this one around the centre. Now let's look for a bigger hole. I'll have to push him quite hard because it is. There we go. If I can. And let's cut this one down as well. It always brings it alive when you start incorporating your colour, when instead of just the greenery. I like to, with the magnolias, just turn the petals just slightly up a little bit. And one. Get that one in. It's a little bit, it's not going in very well, so let me just place some more glue. There we go. So that is our, so far with our magnolias now placed in. So let's have a look. So where the blue is, I think I'm going to place the ficus in now. I think I'm only going to do it as 2 leaves, yeah. So just add a little bit in. Bring that one there. As well. And I'll bring one here where the blue bamboo is again. And I'm making them shorter so they're not as long. I just don't want them, you know, sticking out too far. I've got, do I place one on the bottom here? Yeah, I'm going to place one right at the ends with the magnolias to give that bit of white with it as well. Let's cut another one off. One, two, yeah. So then we'll place one just here as well. I just want to see if something's come through. No, mind you, there's just that where I've folded. So I'm going to snip that and snip if I can get right into it. I don't know what that, just get that twig. I haven't, again, because I haven't trimmed it. Oh, is that the wire? I hope not. No. Again, because I haven't trimmed this, I don't want anything popping through the opposite side. I wish I'd got some snips that I could get right in. I can bring it up a little and cut it like that. No. Right, so that's that. We will fluff up our magnolias again. I've squashed them down. It's not very good of me. Right, I was just wondering, I've got one, do I bring a bit of white coming in? I think so. I need just one leaf. So I have cut these really short and have one going there. And one coming in this side as well. Like so. So I've got a little bit of white there. So I'm not going to be placing any more of those. So let's get that back on. Excuse me. Now, she does like thistle, but we'll place that on a little bit later. Now, silver. Do I place in, because she likes all the pine? There. Oh yeah, we're going to place those in. I think they will look fabulous. Adding those. I've got 1, 2. Well, I'm going to just add 4. Yeah, we've got blue on blue, so let's just break that bit up. With a bit of silver. That doesn't seem to be catching. Let's push it in a bit more. Add that one in there. And then one more we will add here. And there as well. So I'm not going to place any more of those in. Now, The lady does want the ginkgo leaves, so I just get one stem out and just see. And cut. Doesn't that look pretty? So they're going to go in there, and what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to add these in further along, and obviously some of our filler foliage as well. So we could have one on the end. If I just bring this over, just cut. So there's one here, then we go in double. We may bring that one here. Oh, don't want it to clash, do we? There. Then a single one we'll bring here. And a double again here. Or around here. And a single. Let's just move these leaves back up. Oops, a daisy. Around here, and then we'll place a double on the end here. So I'm going to add those in like that. I do have the silver fern as well. I just think on the outer side here we could just get one. Oh, got three. But again, these, oops, you can place them on single picks like that. They're just berries. So let me just glue that back on. So I just pulled it off. Or you can have it as a cluster like that. I may bring some of the cluster where the pine needles are, because it is, you know, they are quite airy. So I need to fill in something above them so they don't just look like, if I show you this way. So it doesn't look like we've just got one long piece of green there. So just by adding a little bit of there on top of them, then that's covering the majority of the pine needles, but leaving the tips of them showing. So that's what we'll do with those after we've placed in our ginkgo leaves. And I'm not placing the ginkgo leaves flat. I am placing them some on the side so they don't look just flat against the wreath, so they will lean like that. I don't like to see them flat like that, but that's just my personal preference. So I do lean them on their side. So we'll place one in here as well. Part it with the ivy. We don't want it to clash with the white magnolia too much. So bring that blue up a little. those in. And then the last one. I will fluff all these magnolias up near the end. There we go. So now we've got those in. Let's get our cluster. I'm going to bend over these as well. They're thinner right at the bottom. Let's see if there's a front and a back. No, there isn't. That's good. So let's see where we can place. I can get it in. I may just have to cut it down. What have I gone with my snips? So we're going to just cut it down instead. Hopefully that makes it easier for insertion. Yeah, definitely. So we've got the blue there. I'm going to bring one here as well where the white magnolia is. One up here where the white magnolia is as well. Let's just get that one in. So we've got those. I think where these are around here, I may incorporate the bay leaves. I know I want bay leaves in the centre. I don't think I need. I don't know, they look pretty, don't they? Do I chop one in half so it's not as full? Yeah, and place those on the ends instead. Just open it out a little bit, give it that life. So we'll place one under there, and then we'll do the same on the other side. And do that one there. So I'm not going to use any more of those. Now let's have a look at our silver. Now I have placed a few on single picks because I do want a few on single picks on the outer side. So I'll say a few. I did about 5. So what's that? Let's just place some picks on here. 1, 2. I'll do about 7 to start with, and then we may place the odd one on the inside. So I'll keep a bunch out for there. Place that there. Let me just get all the glitter what's all over the work table. So I'm going to be placing in these silver fern around here. So we've got it there. So let's just cut the ends off. They are thinner on the ends. There we go. So let's bring one. There. We'll break these two blues up and place one in here as well. Can get that one in. Yeah. And we're going to bring one, let's see, down here. I don't think that one's in now. Can't really. It's better. And I'm going to place in there as well. I think I want one more. Around here. Yeah, so I've got two that I'm going to bring in the center. Doesn't it look pretty colours? I do tell people if you want to spray them with hairspray, you know, because they are actually outdoors. If they're under cover, you don't need to, you know, if it's in a porch or something, it's not as much as, you know, a necessity. It's usually if they are in the cold weather. No, I don't like that there. Let's cut that a little bit shorter. I need some blue in here, and that's where I'm going to put the bay leaves, or maybe even the berries. This up there. Now I do want to add in a little bit of greenery. Excuse me. I've been near my neighbour, and she's who I take Benji a walk with, and she's got a cold. And I think I'm picking things up from her. So I'm just going to like separate some areas where there's a lot of blues, and you know, the colour. You could bend those down a little bit so they've got movement, just to, you know, bring in that greenery on the inner side. So now I've got 3 left. I want to bring one here. I can just hold them. Maybe one there. And I don't know about the middle. So I may just, I don't want to cover up that blue too much. So let's see. Something's telling me around here I need. So if I've got one there. So I may need another one. Let me just grab another one, guys. So I may need another one here as well. Yeah, I think I do, by, you know, just by looking at it. Yes, I do. I do. And then I want to bring in the thistle on the outer side. because we've got silver, green and blue, but we've not really got any white on the outer side. And then I think with some of the thistles I ought to dot them around instead of having a cluster. So let's get these in. Let's see. There. Oh, it's hard to get in. Is this in? No, it's not in. Just take that bit off. Just trying to get the glue off. Can't. Right, let's try again. Oh, I've got that on. There we go, that's gone in. Yeah, that's one. Let me just reposition that one, guys. There, that's better. So we've now got our pine needles in as well on those so far. Just trying to find, oh, there we go. So we've got, let me just get that little bit of glue. Those there. So I'm not going to use any more of the silver fern. Now, I don't think I'm going to place lots of the bay leaf in. If I can get into it. I do want some coming in here. and here. I need a bit of blue, maybe a little bit of blue as well coming underneath. So I may chop these in half. Or let's have a look. How far are they? Yeah, they're okay. I'm just looking to see how far back they are from being seen. So I would bring one coming in like that, so it's not extremely, you know, going right towards the other side. I'm going to be longer than what we've got in there at the moment, so get that bit of blue coming in the centre as well. Just mix in some of the white. I may bring the other two pieces into the centre. Just give that little bit of blue coming inwards as well. I don't want to overload it with too much blue because there is a lot. So I'm going to just I've got filler foliage to place in. Now I'm going to bring these around the outer side, these thistles. I don't really know whether to have a cluster around the outside instead. Let's take one out and see if I can get it. There we go. I might just put 3 clusters in. That's right near the end, so I want a bit of a stem. Oops, let's take the tag off. So I might bring, let's see where there's not much. I don't really want to put it on white. So I might bring one here on this end. One, let's have a look where it is. Here on this end. And then I could bring that one there. And then have all the others scattered about on the inside. They're like little, look like snowballs. And do it like that. I have got these left from where I've just cut off, so I could bring those in the centre. So let me just tidy the stem. Excuse me. And let's get them used. I'll cut it there. So I don't need any more of those. So I'm going to place those here first. So we do need a little bit of white on the bottom. And if we've got the cluster, and place this one. I may put the odd single one around the side just to in between these bigger clusters. I have to try and see where I can see a gap. There. And then the other one, I seem to be moving. We'll bring, there's a cluster up here. Oops. Oh, it's hard to get in this wreath. No, that's not going to be secure enough for me. So let's just move it a little bit further down. That's better. Get that right there. Let me just check for anything that's come through. Just one. So I'll just cut that. What's that? Oh, that's a bit of wood. No, I can't. This one I may bring in the middle. It's quite a thick stem. So I'm going to place a 22-degree angle on it to help it get in the wreath better. So let's just see here. Bring that there. So then these, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I bring 4 on the outer side and have 5 on the top. And just so. So let's cut the 5 down. Let's see, bring one here. And I'm going to just stick them upright. We definitely want one in here. If I can. have a look. Shall I place one? I think around here. There. So then I've got the other 4 that I will go one round here. You may not see them because they are right at the bottom, but that's okay. It's just to bring a bit of depth in as well. And the last one, there. So we've just added those few around. So now I've got the berries, I've got some of those pine needles. Let's have a look how long the berries are. Oh, they're only on small picks. So again, I just want to be careful how many I place. That would be too much placing those there. So it'd have to go somewhere where there's a white or a silver. Or obviously a green. So we'll bring this one down there. Again, I won't incorporate too many. I'm just making sure I'm not going to overload it around here. I mean, there is a lot of blue, but again, you have to give the customers what they request. It may not be to your taste, but at the same time, you also have to try and be professional and balance the colours out. She didn't say whether she wanted more blue, but she just said ice blue. I love ice blue. So, you know, for that reason, you know straight away that she wants to see quite a bit of it. But at the same time, balance it. I don't want it to look, you know, too silly. That, you know, you can't recognise what's in there because of the ice blue. So that's all I'm going to place in is these. I'm not going to place in any more of those. Right, now we are on to our filler foliage. The last few bits where we're going to be using in the centre, and then obviously some more of these pine needles to go around. So first of all, let's get in the pine needles. I like to focus on the filler foliage mainly at the end, so I can see where I'm, you know, I've got gaps from putting everything in. Let me just see. I just had this feel. Oh, that's okay. I just had this feeling that the camera had stopped. I don't know why. So we'll place one here. on each end. Bring it in with the other foliage. And I'm going to place them on top. So we could do with one around here. Bring that in. Again, I'm going to place more than one in each area. Just bring that there. So I've gone out, in, out. So in again. In. Again, I'm leaving these slightly hanging, you know, upright, so they've got a bit of height, and it's not, you know, it's got, looks like it's got movement with things growing at different speeds. In, so out. So I'll bring this one a little bit further out. Like so. Oops, daisy, I can't hold my snips right. That one's out. In. I do talk to myself. I'm not crazy yet. Not just yet. And if you notice, when I'm going out, in, I'm placing them quite close by each other. I'm not having them too far apart. I can see. No, that one's not going in there. I'll bring it here instead. There we go. Out, so in. Again, I will just do the magnolias. I think I'll just do them at the end because I'm just going to keep squashing them. And out. And I want one more in around here. I'm just seeing a bit of glue. So that, like that. And we've got the one on the outside. And may bring just a couple coming on the inside as well. And that one in. And then bring one in as well. So like that. So I don't need no more of those now. So now we finally move on to our filler foliage. Which is our ivy. Let's just grab a load out. And I'm looking for the wider leaves. There's some with just these smaller leaves on. I'm looking for the wider ones because they will cover more of the area than the smaller ones. So we've got, and I'm placing these in as depth. As you can see, that's covered quite a bit there. We definitely need one here. You may have used the smaller ones if there's smaller gaps. So I can see just a little small gap here where I could place this in. Like so. So I can see gaps around here. I don't mind some coming out of it actually. That will blend in with the foliage coming on in towards the centre. And I'm just going to do that around on the inside. Oops, I'm turning it the wrong way. Let's do that again. There. Now I get these garlands, I buy them on Amazon because they are extremely thick with foliage, and they have lots of stems coming off of each other. They're not cheap, but when you have something what you know is really realistic and you don't mind paying a little bit extra or treating yourselves. It's got a little one. I can see a gap here. So there's a lot of green around here and you need to just break that up. Just a little. I need to break this piece up as well. Put a little bit of the ivy there too. Oh, let's get that glycerin. There's one more we need. Around here. Around there. So I want to break up. I'm not going to place any more of that in. So I'm wanting to just break up a bit of these clusters where there is a little bit of too much of a green. And so I'm going to have to get some blue or maybe white or silver. Let's have a look. I think I'm going to add in a little bit of silver, but I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to bring that silver in there. And then I'm going to do the same around here as well. Just add in that little bit of silver. There as well, to break up all of the green. And let me just look around. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have a look around the side and the back as well. Is there any? No, there's none come out at the back. Let's just bring that leaf up. I think that berry's not sticking in very well. That was around there. Oops, I've found one. I've just got my hand on it. So let's just get that cut right down. There we go. So that I've just had a good look around to see if there's any more gaps or if anything's looking or, you know, missing or anything like that. Or anything around the back sticking out. So let's now fluff up our magnolias. I'm happy with that. Get our beads set up right. The lady again is having a garland done to match this, so she will be really happy. I will send her pictures before I treat it, just to make sure she's happy with it. And if she is, then I will then treat it. And then box it up. Obviously I will put the hairspray on as well. So I'll treat it first a couple of times, then place on the hairspray after I've treated it, and then just sprinkle it with essence oil just to give it that beautiful smell of florals. So when she opens the box, she will get a nice smell of florals, whichever I decide to place on it. I might get the magnolia one out and place that on as instead, with a having magnolia. I usually tend to, if I do like cedar or some, you know, traditional reds and greens, I tend to get this, sometimes the cedar smell out, or the cinnamon, should I say, not cedar, cinnamon. So when they open it, it smells beautiful. And I just buy my essence oils from, again, Amazon. I get them all off there. So, right, that is what we have created for our customer. I know these are sticking out and then it goes in, but I could easily, if I wanted to, place in probably white, big ferns there, just where they're sticking out. In fact, let's have a look. I'm sure I've got some, because there's not really much white here. Again, they're in packets, so I've got this white. I could bring the white. She didn't choose these actually, but I love it when a customer says, well, then I'll just leave it up to you what you decide. But I do inform them that I have added something extra in. Gosh, how did this? But then I will inform her that I've added the oddment in, which I won't charge you for. Now these are quite like a bit iridescent, very pretty. See, I could place those there just to fill out that little gap. It's the wrong way round. And I could probably put that there. There's another one here, one there, and maybe one in between here. Turn it around. Again, I just don't want it sticking out too far. And do that. Just fill in. It won't fill in all of it. Not supposed to be there anyway. I could add in bits more of the conifer, my single stems that I have, and bring those in as well, just to fill it up. So where are those conifers? 3. So I do want to make sure, you know, it looks really pretty. So I'm going to add in these 3. I'm going to cut them down. I don't want the stems that long. Give it a bit of movement. If I can find that, and I'll get the other one. This will go. There. What did I do with the other one? Oh, it's here. It's stuck. And then one here. that's that one. And then with these single picks, I will just fill that in. Oopsie daisy, slip of the hand. Can't get that one in. Oh my goodness. And just bring the conifer in either side of it as well. Going to bring one here. There's just something a little miss here. Doing that there. Oops, that's a bit long. And then I'll just do the same here as well. I think we could place one here, our last one. Let's use it. Let me lift it up. Right, so we've definitely finished that now. I won't be placing definitely nothing else in. I always do say to my customers, if I feel there's there's some things that are amiss and it's needed something else, am I okay to place it in? They do usually say 9 out of 10 yes. So, I trust my customers, So that is now finished, and that is our beautiful ice blue, silver and white Christmas wreath for my customer, and I will send her her photograph. So I hope you like that. Let me just get my easel. Let's just place it there, and I will bring up the camera. Let's just come back a little. Just that. Gosh, it's heavy. Just had a little bit of the berries have just popped off, so let's place some glue on it and put them back on. There we go. So let's just see if you can see from the camera. Gosh, it's big. It is big, guys. I know the lady says she likes big. It is big. I may have to just zoom out a little and come in, because it is really big. But isn't that pretty? So and it's lovely because when my customer, again, as I said, I did her something for her house in pinks and silvers and whites last year, and she always is buying things from me, and she's a wonderful customer. But she just likes something, big all the time. She always goes for the big. Her words are, it's either big or it's nothing. So, but that's her choice. So I hope you like that, guys, and I hope that you like, you know, the colour of it and what we've done with all the spiky pine needles in. 3 different types: the long nose mountain pine, which is 11-inch, then the 7-inch mountain pine, and then we've got the pine needles as well added in, and the conifer, which is quite got like pine tips. So she was very much for the you know, the pine needle effect or theme. So with the thistles, they, you know, they like a needle you know, theme as well. And like the silver here cedar, they look quite spiky, so she would really like that sort of thing. So, but I do always say, you know, it's best to have it add in some soft foliage as well, you know, like the ivy, because that will, you know, not, I wouldn't say calm it down, but it will tone it down a little bit from being too much of it. And hence the reason we've got the magnolias, because they're soft, so, and the round on the petals. So I've just realised on these as well, pine needles and silver. And then the bamboo, again, it's airy but spiky on the tips. So, but the ficus, with it being soft and rounded shape slightly, or oval, it brings that softness to the arrangement as well. So if you're doing anything in ice blue, I think one of my subscribers messaged me and said that's what they've got to do. So you know, if you're doing anything in ice blue, have fun. It really is a beautiful colour. It really is. You know, it's very, stands out really well. I know the red did, but oops, it's leaning on some metal. But I know the red does, but you know, some people like the ice colour to represent the winter when it's icy and icicles and things. And I know this lady very well, so I know she'll like it, but I still have to send her pictures and keep her informed. So give it a go, guys, and have fun with it. And please subscribe, share and like. And I hope that you know, when you do it, if you don't have the furry magnolias, use poinsettias. You know, again, this is a customer order, so it's their choice. But use poinsettias. You don't have things like bamboo. You could, you know, or these pine needles. Use grasses, onion grass, you know, things like that, and berries, and then fern. You know, and if you don't have the white thistle, don't worry about it. Again, use berries, or you could. What else did I have? Seed heads. You could use seed heads as well. And you could place in also white, you know, flocked pine cones. They look really pretty in any arrangement. So, you know, have fun with it. You know, like the lady says, she needs to broaden her mind with things. Just think, you know, oh, that will go with it, because, you know, once I've finished, it will all blend together and look fabulous. Like I'm sure it always does. So I hope you have fun with it and enjoy your creating. Again, please subscribe, share and like to everybody who you know. Bring them along again, just to see what we do, or maybe give you a few ideas, and just take, you don't have to take off the whole arrangement and think, right, I'm going to do one exactly like that. You can just take little bits off by, you know, what I've added in. You may think, oh, well, I could use that in an arrangement that I'm doing. You know, things like that. You could just take the odd bit of foliage out, you know, in your, and place it in your arrangement of your design. Everybody has their own signature style. So have fun with it, and I'm sure they will all turn out beautiful. So I won't be here tomorrow, guys. I did want to say to you that after Christmas, when I start my new business, I will only be able to get 3 days of videoing in. I've got to cut it down by 1 day, due through obviously the packing, the you know, shipping and you know, packing up everybody's orders and things like that. So I will still be doing the YouTube videos, but it will be down to 3 days, unfortunately. But I have to also fit in, you know, 2 different bookkeepings, you know, accounts, 2 different businesses as well. So I can't fit in 4 full days with me running then 2 businesses. You know, it's a little bit too hard, especially by myself. So, but again, I still will be doing the videos. So I'm, you know, I'm just not going anywhere. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, good health. And Sandra, I hope you're feeling better today, my lovely. And, you know, I'm still thinking about you. You know, get well soon, take care, and don't do too much. So, again, I'll see you next week. Have a fabulous day. All the best, guys. And I love you lots. And keep your comments coming. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's get a close-up. Oops, I pressed something again. Oh, I'm terrible. Right, do I zoom in like that? No, I'll stay like this. Right, there's our beautiful magnolia in the ice blue. Doesn't that look pretty? There's our ginkgo leaves behind there. Our pine needles that I've sprayed with white. And these are our glittery ice blue filler foliage with the berries attached to them as well. Our lovely silver metallic fern and our beautiful white thistles, and obviously our ivy and our 7-inch mountain pine, and then we've got the 11-inch mountain pine. I've just heard my cat outside. You know when cats are going to fight and they do that, like they're eyeing each other up and they growl like a growl? That's what I can hear outside. There's my beautiful bay leaf, so I'll have to go and have a look and stop them. And there's the cedar and our beautiful white. I keep thinking that's something what's on it, but it's not. It's a bit of the pine. Our beautiful white fluffy magnolia with some glitter on, and our lovely ice blue bamboo, and our conifer, and our silver pine needles as well. Have I missed anything, guys? I can't remember. So that's what we've got. I've tried to put in majority of everything what the customer has ordered, and I'm sure she will be more than happy. Oh, and the final touch with the like a white iridescent fern as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.